Hello, everybody. I would like to apologize for the lack of updates that have been laid out on this channel. I typically struggle with depression and many other things that keep me from wanting to edit and do things on my own spare time. I have been working on projects on the side, which will hopefully start to be released as I get more and more work done if I can bring myself to do it. But that isn't necessarily what I was hoping to discuss today. I see many men on the internet getting ready to give in to their worst instincts as current events are unfolding in front of us. I also wanted to bring up the epidemic of loneliness that has currently gone on the internet, that has been going on for some time. There is a problem. There has been a problem for quite some time. Many men, especially, are having trouble getting into relationships, are single and don't know why. Many of these men follow individuals like Andrew Tate and Steven Crowder, and they don't know why they are alone. Many of them want to blame feminism or any number of things. They want to blame wokeness in general. And I'm here to say that I was in a similar boat quite some time ago. I am a straight white male, and I have been married for some time now. And at one point, I could not get into a relationship. I did not lose my virginity until I was 25. And, well, ultimately that is a very superficial thing. And I say that because when I got into a relationship, it started off fantastic. We were happy. But that initial happiness, that initial joy of finally finding someone to be with, it fades. And eventually it just falls into you sharing a space with someone else. It isn't me expecting a maid that will eventually have sex with me periodically. It's work and respect, and I had to sacrifice a couple of things in order to actually attain that relationship. It wasn't just going to fall into my lap. I had to make myself into the type of man that deserved a relationship, which meant that I had to be the type of man that allowed women to feel safe in a space around me. And some of you will scoff, some of you will feel that prickle down the back of your neck that demands that you type your outrage into the comments. And I'm here to say that there are many things that I see on the internet regarding men that I know exist. Men, in large part, have a lot of their feelings disregarded. And it's a problem that's sort of persisted in this idea that men do not feel, should not feel. Men are weak if they feel. That's not true. I feel deep sadness. I weep some days. My wife sees it, and my wife cares for me. And it's a feeling of fulfillment that I hope many of you can experience one day. But many people who wish to be in a relationship will spend their time worrying about women's body counts, all the while trying to be as, I guess, promiscuous as physically possible, thinking that having sex with many women will bring some level of fulfillment, and it doesn't. It never really does. It is a pleasure of the flesh, and while it is nice, it is ultimately such a minuscule part of your life that it's ultimately not going to matter. And if it becomes such a large part of your life, then you lose the other aspects, the aspects of creating something with your own hands and knowing what it is like to have someone around you that truly understands you on a level that cannot be spoken of. I see those women that want to declare ridiculous standards for men. I know it exists. But then I also see men who complain about that, and in the same breath will call women femoids, or won't even refer to women as women, will just call them female. And then they will bring up ideas that they will never date a land whale. They will put so many standards on what a woman should look like, and will denigrate a relationship into merely the physical aspects. And I want to say that those men are not ready for a real relationship, are not ready for the struggles of realizing that your own happiness is your own responsibility. You can be kind. It is difficult to be kind. And many of these men are not as kind as they like to think that they are. And just me bringing this up is enough to get me labeled as a liberal cuck. And that's fine. Those are opinions that I can learn to ignore. There are people that I respect, there are people that I listen to, and I will still listen to some ideas. There are points where I should put my foot down more, where I should be more stern in my own positions, more steadfast in my own ideals. We all have those struggles. Ultimately, though, if you wish to search for a relationship, you need to be open to the idea of letting women be in your own spaces. You need to let the idea that women want to enjoy the same hobbies that you do. I know many men will complain about games being woke simply because a woman who is advertised as not a 10 out of 10 bombshell with a full face of makeup and double D knockers. There are people that will complain about the wokeness of games because they don't get to see a panty up shot of a woman crawling through a vent. I've seen that. And I wonder, to these same men, how would they feel if there was just randomly in a game that they were playing a 15-second position of a man's crotch being shoved into their face? They would probably lose their damn minds. It's sort of something that people should understand, that women are people too. Just as fucked up, just as ignorant, just as silly. The problem is that many men have a lot of power and don't realize that they have a lot of power, and don't realize that it is because of a mismanagement of that power that they find themselves in the positions they are right now. But many men do deserve love. They do deserve to have someone that would understand and respect them. And it's difficult to find that. It's difficult to find that nowadays because we are separate. I see so many people believing in conspiracy theories that, by and large, are so ridiculous. I don't want you to hurt, and I don't hate any of you. I speak in the position of being a Christian, and I have been a Christian for most of my life. There has been a period of time where I did lose my own faith, but I reclaimed it. And I suppose I am doing this because I am Christian, because I want to actually spread certain ideals that Jesus Christ tried to teach us. And I know this is sort of coming out of the blue by the end of this, but I hope that you find what you're looking for, and I hope that you are willing to change for it. Because if you yourself are not willing to alter your perspective of the world, if you yourself are not willing to alter your positions, then Many of you are not ready for a relationship. And if you wish to find that fulfillment, you must understand that that fulfillment is only within yourself. Your life is temporary. My life is temporary. This country, this world, none of it will last forever. And there is no such thing as perfection. But you can grow. And you can be better than you were yesterday. And to those of you who are listening, I hope you are kind to each other. See ya.